4 years ago, much of the world came to a virtual standstill. Streets, stores, restaurants, and schools were vacant, all because of a global pandemic. The world had to learn to adapt to change. Grace Brister spoke with professionals from a couple of fields hit hard by the pandemic to see what lessons they've learned, and she joins us live in the studio with more. Grace.
Winston, shutdowns, essential services and workers, and social distancing. These were foreign terms at the beginning of March 2020, but soon they were part of everyone's vocabulary. Those shutdowns were difficult, but in many areas, people were able to adapt and adopt new ways of doing things that have carried over into a post-pandemic world. On March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic. On March 15th, states began to implement shutdowns to prevent the spread of the virus. Dr. James Martin at Baptist Golden Triangle says a lot of this came from the fear of the unknown.
People didn't know what to do about the masking, what to do about the social distancing, or what to do should they get the vaccine, or what treatments were available.
Education was particularly hard hit. Shutdowns evolved into virtual learning and hybrid models with students learning from home. 4 years later, those students have returned to campus, but some of the changes to education have remained. Sean McDaniel, the principal at Pickens County College and Career Center, says there was some learning loss, but things are improving.
We are recovering by academic achievement gap. We're probably 3 to 4 months behind on students, but we're implementing after-school programs. Of course, the COVID leave money allowed us to hire people to come into our school system to put hands-on with our students to help them learn. Chronic absenteeism has been an issue, just getting kids back to school.
It also led schools to address struggles that came from the isolation that accompanied the pandemic and situations at home.
We've had to reach out and get mental health workers and individuals involved for our students.
One of the biggest changes that students had to adapt to was the use of technology for virtual learning. That turned out to be positive because it helped them learn skills used in business and industry today.
Being in a rural school district, you still had a lot of ways in which you use paper and pencil, and now we are using more electronics now in our classrooms.
Dana Holyfield is an instructor at the Pickens County Career and Technology Center. She has seen some positive impacts from the pandemic, including the use of technology for instruction and the efforts to get devices into the hands of all the students.
They have learned so much about using a computer, using Google Classroom, using Canvas. I have a lot of Bevel State students in my current job. I think that they will be an advantage going to college because it is the way that we're trending.
But even with the advances in technology, Holyfield says the time away taught us something else.
It is proven that a computer, a device, a platform cannot take the place of a human teacher and getting that human interaction. And we're able to remediate and of course help with the social emotional needs. And I feel just being back in class, being together, has really healed a lot of those hurts.
Dr. Martin says even though things have returned to normal, it's still important to practice hygiene and protect the elderly and most vulnerable from getting sick.